Ready for another lesson? Affirmative action destroy the United States. In my humble opinion, besides unions was the stake that was stabbed in the heart of the vampire, and affirmative action was the hammer that planted and pounded the stake into the heart of the vampire. Take a while to think about that. But with affirmative action and the rise of this crap that going on and the women in the workforce and stuff, it just make everything worse. If you ever notice, you could have a job site and it'll be all men on the job site it'll have its problems. But then when you start mixing in females, that's when the job site productivity start to tank. If you don't believe me, there's a lady that had an all-woman company and realized that was the biggest mistake she made in her life, because it were drama queens and it had a lot of fighting and backstabbing and all alike. So when you start to incorporate women into your workforce, they start to bring in the nuances and stuff and the feelings and the emotions and stuff, and then everything just start to go downhill. Hence affirmative action, like those companies trying to get on the train with BLM movements and all of that crap when they fully well know they don't support it. But because it's what everybody doing, they want to jump on the bandwagon. I honestly believe that, like most people, it would be a lot smoother without the opposite sex. But what do we know? I would rather work at home by myself without dealing with anybody else. But then when you incorporate the opposite sex, you have to worry about allegations that will be false, or looking at them wrong and they'll say something and you being HR. And again, I have to tell you, HR is not there to protect you, it's to protect the company. So what do you do about this affirmative action? Just leave the job. I see it far too many times where people will come to a company and they're in the very lowest position at the company and think that they're going to change the machine. They think that they're going to come there with their ideologies and change the corporate. No. It don't work like that. And I'm sure you've seen it too. With affirmative action, it gives the opposite sex and certain people proclivities they believe that they themselves have, which they don't. It's only in their mind. The funny thing about people or women with this affirmative action ideology, they don't have no problem bringing everybody else down with them. And they definitely gonna throw you under the bus to save their own ass like everybody else. Don't talk to women in the workforce. Don't ask them shit. Don't look at them. Don't do whatever. Now I understand now, because I myself visually attracted to some of them, but I don't be staring at them, as I tell you guys. Don't be staring, layering, all of that stuff, lusting for none of that stuff. You have to kindly remind yourself from your human urges and control yourself. Because if you don't, you have a lot of problems at your doorstep. And even if she bring it to your doorstep and you know that you want this woman, you got tiptoe and navigate the landmines on this field, because you don't need her messing with your money. And that's the fastest way to lose your money. When you start incorporating affirmative action type people in your life, you've been taught.